and happiness and all that jazz.
So we are doing a Kilted Whisky Kilted Catchup tonight. A couple of whiskies, just a good old blender. No real solid lesson per se.
Oh, you called it a whiskied.
Yeah,
I just called it a whiskey Kilted Catchup on YouTube.
I call it a whiskey.
That's a better way to do it, actually. You know what you've been whiskied. So this is just a relaxed live. We'll be getting back. We used to do these years ago where basically we just used to go live and then we used to get health and wellness at the same time, which was quite nice. It kind of, people felt like they could ask questions when we're all just chatting about nonsense at the same time. So we have revived them on a Friday evening. We'll see how, if they prove popular, we'll keep them rolling. Again, it's all to do with your interaction.
As long as it's fun. So as much as we will be speaking a lot of what we're doing, it's really just a catch up about what we are doing, what we have been doing, what's coming. If you've got any questions at all, please just ask and we can have a chat.
Ask us anything. Now, Sarah Slade that says, hi guys. Now, I believe Sarah is losing her whiskey virginity this evening, I'm pretty sure. So, Sarah, just take things at your own pace. Don't feel pressured into anything.
Sometimes your whiskey virginity can just be a little sniff.
Sorry. Yeah, you can sit actually with the glass longer until they get the aroma. And then when you feel ready, plunge yourself deep, so deep.
A lot of people trying whiskey for the first time, they'll do this, they'll hold their nose because it stops you tasting it as much. You're like, if you're going to do whiskey, if you can't even smell it, then don't try and drink it. There's just no point. It's a waste of whiskey. It's a practice that's not great for your health. So if you're not going to enjoy it, just don't do it. So the best thing to do is actually smell it and smell it and smell it until you really start to appreciate the aroma that you get from it.
Years and years ago, when a family member passed away, we were spreading their ashes, and at the top of the hill we were spreading the ashes and taking a shot of whiskey. Now at that point, I didn't know how to drink whiskey. I just didn't know how to do it. So I was knocking it back and I was just like, ooh, shuddering each time. And I felt a bit embarrassed about that because it was a big thing. So then a couple of weeks later, I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to learn how to drink whiskey. So I remember buying a bottle of Glenlivet, sat down in the living room, bottle, glasses, like, right, here we go. I did some stretches, warmed up. First one I tried to knock it back, I was nearly sick. The second one I tried to hold my nose. I was trying every way possible. I was trying left hand, right hand, if that would make it.
Turn around, try it upside down.
I was honestly trying everything. You can make a parody video of all the different ways I was trying. Eventually got to the point where I was almost giving up. I was sat there like, I'm such a shit Scotsman. And then I was just like playing with the glass. I think I was cuddling it. I was like, I was just sniffing it. And then I just took a sip and I was like, oh my God. And then I learned it was all about, smelling it first and then
preparing your body to receive goodness.
Yeah.
So just a few people on Facebook just saying hello. We've got some of our clan members. Joe is on, Helen Chidlow's on, Sandra Finn, I recognise it.
Yeah, she's a clan member.
So yeah, a bunch of people.
We've got Kelly Gergis on and Ron Grant. Ron Grant, you've followed us for years actually. Jump between.
Ben Aitken Cartner is a wee dram of Royal Lochnagar. I don't know if I've ever had Royal Lochnagar before.
Very, very good, very nice. Annie Bernard, another one of our members, is on the YouTube. So again, feel free to ask us anything other than that. What have we been doing this? Oh, we've been filming. What we call it? It's not a Braveheart video, but it's Braveheart style, right?
I think we might call it something like how a Scotsman gets out of bed in the morning. That's quite long-winded, right? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Basically, we've got some blue paint on. I had a real nightmare getting mine off.
Yeah, I was fine getting mine off.
I did 3 stripes, but I put it on really thick, and then later on in the day it was still not coming off. So I was scrubbing my face to the point that actually my face was sore.
Yeah, mine came off easy, and actually both my boys had a whole blue face as well, and I was able to just get a sponge, and it came off quite easy. So yeah, I think the trick is putting it on thin. Put it on thin. Big lines in your face. Anyway, it was good fun. And fingers crossed if we can get the extra bit done. So we've got one more bit to film for it. I don't know if we'll get it done tomorrow at all. Time.
Maybe we'll see.
A couple of minutes worth of footage that we need just to finish it off, and then fingers crossed we can get it released on Sunday.
Oh, first one for a while. Michael's on, Preston's on. Ron says, how are the travel restrictions there now? Maybe this is the year I can visit. I think the majority of them have been lifted, haven't they?
I don't think there's any restrictions at all in Scotland anymore.
No. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make yourself way to Scotland and have a good time.
Yeah. Bring some whiskey. Oh, Sarah just lost her virginity. Yay!
How was it?
OMG, just had my first taste of Talisker Sky. Not too bad. Good. I mean, start off with a Talisker, that's well done.
Yeah, it's a really nice whiskey. Enjoy it. Take your time with it. Like I said, it's not about how much you can drink, it's about the appreciation of it. Jen on, finally made it. Need to hear your voices today. Hi Jen.
Jen, double watching right now. Hiya guys.
Oh, really?
She's got 2 screens. She's like a
Naughty.
what do you call it? A Bond villain with the multiple screens.
Thing is, that's why it's Jen, because everything's just twice.
Well, she was Triple J, wasn't she? She was Jen.
Well, she was there,
But she's lost the screen somewhere, so it's just Jen now, right? Michael says, have you guys ever filmed up in John O'Groats? Look interesting? No, we haven't. Quite a hike for that one, but
yeah. Gretchen saying, hello Rab and Stephen, but you spelled my name wrong. It's been months since I caught a live. Oh, you've caught us this time.
I think we should pronounce that Steven.
Steven?
Anytime somebody writes that, we'll pronounce it Steven.
Well, let's do that.
Yeah. Steven.
My name's not Steven.
Steven.
But then technically it's more of a Stephen than my spelling, right?
Look, this is our channel, our rules.
Al Jones on, hi Al. This guy.
That was one I struggled to pronounce. He was on the last one, the live.
Tony Stark.
Tony Stark, that's right.
Tony Stark, how we doing? Kaz says, good evening. Lisa Armitage, recognise your name as well. One of the clan members.
Possibly at one point.
Yeah, Steve, he's from New Zealand.
And he's away to get a Lorfoig. And Jessica Thorburn says, hey guys, I know I've been MIA for a long time, but just wanted to pop in and say hi. Not sure if you remember me, remember the pink poodle. Yes, we do remember the pink poodle in your avatar.
Pink poodle?
Yeah, because you couldn't really, it was on the avatar as a pink poodle, so anyway.
Our Kathleen's on. Hi Kathleen, having a little whiskey left over in my flask. So you're currently having a Glenlivet 18-year-old, Kathleen. It's a pretty nice whiskey.
Yeah, what an 18-year-old tastes like. This is an 18-year-old, isn't it?
No, it's not an 18-year-old, it's probably 12.
I'm not going to say that line.
And our Yasmin's on as well. Hi Yasmin, hope that you are well. She says 7 AM, here's no whiskey for me yet. You can have a Bloody Mary or something, couldn't you? Is that not whiskey? No, is it?
No, Bloody Mary is tomato juice with vodka.
Yeah, so it is, yeah. I'll have a Bloody Mary.
But the chili vodka, is she?
I don't know, but it's like a morning drink, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I suppose it's like wakey,
Tomato juice,
yeah. Preston says, I'm still at work but planning on a good glass of Wolfborn Langskip after work. It's a great single malt at about 60% alcohol. My current favourite.
Nice. Strong one. Carla, I'm not a clan member yet, you've said, like yourself, but been watching you for a year or so. Well, Carla, a few things coming up for you if you do want to work with us. We've got the Motivation Masterclass, which starts on Wednesday, and then we are opening our doors, which we do twice per year. But actually opening doors to a membership on officially Monday, a week on Monday. Yeah, it's a week on Monday, yeah.
Which is always an exciting time because, you know, when people are fired up to work towards their goals, we get to work with fresh people. Well, we're always working with our members regardless, but new people come in with new kind of backgrounds and bring new personalities. It's a great time, so we look forward to it.
And Charlie's on. She's on. Met us on the Inch.
Oh yeah.
Nice to see you, Charlie. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, it was nice for you to come say hello on the Inch that day.
It was funny because like whenever somebody's like following you across the pitch, not that she was following her, not in a bad way, but I thought like one of us hadn't picked up after our dog and somebody was going to come and tell us off, and I was thinking, but we both did because Niall and Tilly had done their business and we put it in the bin. You're walking across and you turn, you realise somebody's following you. I thought they were going to say,
like,
excuse me, you missed a bit.
You're looking over your shoulder, like, see somebody following you, like, you start walking a bit faster.
So that was really nice. We got a photo down as well, didn't we? I think we did anyway. Jen saying you're flipped around on one programme versus the other, double screens, yes, Panama quiet takeover, left pinky to the middle. Yeah, Facebook flips us. So
we used to flip it around again, didn't we?
We just keep forgetting.
Marcello Estrada, love you guys, you are the best.
Bryce from PDX, it's 2 PM here, wondering what time it is there, and by the way, that screen on your oven behind you looks like it's getting ready to take off. The screen?
In the oven?
Oven.
Really?
I wonder if it's, that's weird, because look on here, it's doing that, and it's not.
Very strange.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not actually doing what it looks like it's doing in the.
Yeah.
It looks like it's flashing across, but it's actually just.
Mandy Smith saying Segalia cream works wonders. We use it in the theatre for what? Works wonders for what? What does Segalia cream do? What is it? You ever heard of that?
I've never heard of that. No. I don't know what that's for.
Kim saying Faith Girma from a Canadian visiting Edinburgh.
Oh,
Faith
happy,
Girma
yeah,
was
yeah.
actually Ikeva now. It's evening for us.
Jessica saying, have you tried the Sassenach? No, I have not. Have you?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Yeah, we're tend to be for single malts rather than blends. What's this? Hola, boa noite, vou ver fora sexo, beijinhos.
You gave that a good crack, buddy. Well done.
Hello, good night. Go watch.
Oh, yeah. Each to their own, I guess. Each to their own.
Catherine's just saying, yeah, no travel restrictions in Scotland. Morag says face-to-face often come off easiest with baby wipes, which is funny because we actually did have baby wipes with us and we're like, we'll save it until we're home, it'll be easier.
Yeah. Well, I actually did use the baby wipe after it. I thought the shower would take it off better, but it just did not. So, not without half my skin cells being missing.
Sandra's saying we have monkeypox now in Montreal, Canada. Like what, everyone? What's the monkeypox? Never heard of monkeypox before?
No, I'm not. Go on. You ever seen that movie Outbreak? Is it Outbreak? It starts off
yeah,
with the
the
monkeys.
monkeys.
Yeah. I mean, they managed to trace it all the way back to that first monkey that came in to get the.
That's right.
It scratched the guy in the cage or whatever it was, wasn't it? And that was 1993, that movie. Outbreak. Dustin Hoffman and I can't remember the lady's Julia Moore. That's it. Yeah, well done. Yeah. So yeah, we've had quite a productive week. We've actually got lots of radio interviews over the next couple of weeks as well.
Like four or five radio interviews plus a couple of other meetings.
Yeah. Most of the radio stations are from down south, which is great, but we've got to put in contact with somebody that had contacts in the radio. Oh, it sounds like ping, you've got this one this day, this one that day. So if you live down in England somewhere, chances are you'll hear us on your BBC local radio station at some point over the next week. Good. John is saying, hi fellas, it's Jono from England. Anywhere particular in England, Jono? And Danielle's on. Danielle, nice to see you. Yeah, happy
hi
days.
lads. Bought some Fudgy yogurt a couple of days ago. I thought of you. Got some funny looks as I laughed out loud in the store. Yeah, that was
Is that not
yeah, we're talking about protein. And my friend Lynn, she's lovely. She's a great friend. Always have a laugh. And but she does come from, I would say posh. She's not posh, but the family's got a wee bit behind them, and you'd always expect her to be proper. We're talking about protein and how to get more in your diet. And she went, I find it easy. If I ever just want an extra dose of protein, I just put some protein powder into my fudge. And I didn't know what to say or where to look. I was going like, you do what now? But of course she meant Fiji or Faji or whatever it was.
Faye or
Faye, yeah, probably something like that.
The Greek yogurt stuff, basically.
Yeah, the high protein Greek yogurt.
Yeah. Bill's on, hello from Edmonton, Canada. And then Sarah says, wasn't sure I was going to make this as had to take a quick train trip to meet hubby who has been away. Now lost my whiskey virginity in a hotel room. Oh, I hope it's a classy hotel so you can return there regularly and rent your room for an hour to have a whiskey. Do you know in the States you actually do get rooms that you can rent by the hour or that?
Really?
Yeah, but it comes Canada too apparently. You just don't get that here, you know. People don't make a living, eh? Don't make a living.
Carla says, was in the zone of taking care of me, then I took a bad fall and dislocated my shoulder. Ouch. How do I recalibrate myself? It starts by doing what you've just done, and that is owning it. Just going, I was on the ball, I was fired up, and then I had this thing happen to me, and it's actually just moving past it. Try to forget about the past, and if you were just, a being, and you're just put into the body right now. You had no memory, you've got no yesterday, no last year. Everything was just like, you just got to deal with what you've got right in front of you right now. Suddenly there's nothing to feel bad about. There's no judgment on yourself or regret of maybe an action that you took that led to the dislocation in the first place. There's none of that. You've literally got no memory of it. You just go, well, I'll deal with what I've got in front of me right now. And sometimes that's enough just to cut that tie with the past and go, right, where am I moving forward to? What kind of life do I want to be living each day? But it starts with you just going, yeah, I was on the ball, this happened, I need to recalibrate myself. Great, you know exactly what you need.
It's also looking at like, yeah, you've dislocated your shoulder, but then saying, right, shoulder's going to take a bit of healing, but sort of, therapy there, but the rest of the body can still operate as business as usual. So sometimes and we've all done it, where we allow one like hiccup to railroad our entire plans. You know, suddenly it's like, oh, I can't train because of this. It's like, okay, you can't train your shoulder and arm because of that, but there's other things you can still do. So it's about looking at things in your life that you can still do and focusing on those and getting them nailed down. Michael says, you mentioned once that you guys are planning a stage show. Is that right? You guys could rock a great stand-up show. Yeah, there's potential for next year. So we're in the process of constructing it, planning out lessons. You've got to get the right kind of balance between audience participation, make it interesting, bit of jeopardy, bit of intrigue. We're in lingo.
Yeah. Well, I think to put a show together, you know, what's the ingredients to make a good show, because we can coach and we can blether a lot of nonsense and hopefully draw a smile or two, but putting actually a kind of set show together for 2 hours is an interesting process. Catherine, you guys, you're great guys, keep being yourselves and drinking.
Boom.
Mike says hi from Connecticut. Gretchen says, sorry Stephen, I have a brother called Stephen.
Quinn says, I'm tipsy, and then Preston says yes, and they fit right in at the 2023 Alaska Scottish Highland Games. I've always wanted to go to Alaska, I must admit.
Yeah, I don't know, nothing draw me to Alaska. People look lovely, but it's in the arse end of nowhere, isn't it?
That's what I love about it. Do you know, it's, ever since years when I was younger and I saw Rocky IV, I know that's not Alaska, but it's in the back end of nowhere and the snow and it's cold. And
it's in Russia, isn't it?
Yeah, I just love that kind of concept, like just getting away from it all. Like a log burner when there's nothing outside but snow. And
yeah, that's cool. We actually, we don't do Alaska, but every year we go away for New Year's celebrations. We just get a log cabin up in the Highlands somewhere. But my only criteria is that it has to be relatively remote and it's got a log burner. That's it. Everything else I don't care. I don't care if it's got internet signal, I don't care if it's got a TV. Just like, no, remote and a log burner and just disappear for 3 days. It's always good. It's always good. Job is on the Glenlivet 14.
Oofed.
Jane Phillips is on. Hi Jane.
Jane.
No whiskey for her either because she's Australia.
Sarah's whiskey definitely stronger than I thought. Sarah's one glass in and she's anyone's by the sound. Kim says, last Ushkaba I had was Tobermory 12 and Ledig at the distillery in Tobermory. Now, Tobermory, that's, is that on Mull?
I believe so, yeah.
With all the different coloured buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the story?
Well, that's Balmory.
That's Balmory, isn't it?
But Tobermory, I think
so. I think Balmory is based on Tobermory, I believe.
Yeah, it's the made up place. What's the story of Balmory? Yeah. Susan just gave up. Oh, I've got Tony a t-shirt on. Give us a donation. Thank you very much, Susan.
Hey, Rick says, love you, man. What's people saying? Hello. Our runner friend is on, Michael Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Stephen Howrath, happy weekend from NH. New Hampshire?
New Hampshire, I'm going to guess. Or anywhere else.
Let us know if we're right, we're just guessing. Sassenach is nicely smooth and gentle, very easy to drink, but I love a good single malt, says Lisa.
That's weird because a single malt is smooth and gentle.
Suddenly, it's monkeypox, and the last one was censored as well. Hidden. Monkeypox related to chickenpox. Why is it being hidden? Is that monkeypox? Is that a bit of a taboo subject at the moment in Canada? Because the last one was hidden as well, and I had to unhide it.
Susan says, "Hi boys, still at work. We'll have a dram when I get home." That's the ticket, Susan.
Irene Russo was in Outbreak apparently, and Jono is from Essex.
Was it really Rennie Russo? thought it was Julianne Moore. Must be. Well, really? Must be right. Outbreak movie.
Tony says Glenn Morangi's his go-to. I see you guys drinking Scotch whisky. Well, Anthony.
Oh, it was Rennie Russo. It wasn't even. Yeah, it was Rennie Russo.
Morgan Freeman.
I've saved that in my head as Julianne.
Yeah, so she was in something else then. She must have been in another disaster movie.
Yeah.
Some kind.
The plot, we mean, not our acting skills.
She must have been in a disaster.
That would suck, wouldn't it? Like, you star in a movie, you spent 6 months a year working on it, but because you've been working in bits, you don't know how the edit's going to work out. Yeah. And then it comes out and it's a disaster, you're embarrassed to tell your family and friends.
Yeah. So yeah, Anthony, you spelled whiskey wrong. Does that have an E when you're spelling it the proper way? Just pre-joined for your June intake, says Charlie. Happy days.
Happy days.
So does that mean you're on the pre-sale list? So great. So if anybody is interested in intake, we've got a limited intake twice per year, which is officially a week on Monday. However, if you're on the pre-sale list, then you will get first dibs at one of those spaces.
You also get a special prize if you sign up in the first 40 hours, was it?
First 48 hours, yeah, if you sign up, which we've not actually talked about yet.
No, we haven't. So we've got a Zoom call for everybody that signs up in the first 40 hours from the pre-sale list. So, and then, the Zoom calls will be fun. It's you get on there, everybody can. It's about getting to know each other. So that's one of the kind of rewards because we like action takers. Now sometimes if you've not made your mind up whether you want to embark on working with us or on a program in general, that's okay. But there's some people that have been thinking about something for a while and they see it and they're like, yep, I'm going to do that. Now those people that see that then commit the minute the first opportunity. That's a serious action taker. So we want to reward people that say, yep, good for you. You're going to get this extra bonus Zoom. And for everybody else, it's okay. Sometimes people take their time to make their mind up and they kind of hum and haw and realise, well, I've got work this week and we'll be able to do that. But eventually they commit anyway, and it's great. But for those that do it in the first 40 hours, Zoom.
We want to see a bunch of people coming in the first 48 hours. We always keep our doors open for like a length of time. Or until all the spaces are gone, and depending on which one comes first, we'd love to see most of the spaces just go in the first 40 hours. So if you're at all interested, if you're ready to commit, we'd love to see you in there. Make sure you're on the pre-sale list. Just go to the website, click on weight loss on the menu, and then if it comes up with a 404 error page, just refresh it, it'll appear. There's a slight bug in the website at the moment. But yeah, just go to the website, click on weight loss, and you can then sign up for the pre-sale list.
I wonder why they call it a bug. Like, why is there a bug in the system? Like, was it an actual bug in the system?
Or why do they call an insect a bug? Is it because they both bug you?
Go bug mom.
Go bug mom.
Kurt says, hello from Sherman Oaks, California. Have you guys tried Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey?
No.
It's great, apparently.
Great. Sharon says, love you guys. Have a great weekend. I'm headed outside to sun. The sun is shining. Happy days.
Kelly's agreeing that Kurt, that's very tasty. And Jen says Screwball definitely has a distinct flavour. It's not bad, but then again, I don't know whiskey. Waiting to try the real stuff when I go to Scotland. There you go.
Kimberly, if you have the rare opportunity, wild turkey rare breed is awesome. Is that a type of beef jerky or whiskey?
That's whiskey. Yeah.
Wild turkey is rare breed. Never heard of it. From California, apparently.
Yeah. What's that? There's another whiskey, is it called Monkey Shoulder? It's a blend.
Monkey Shoulder, yeah.
Yeah, a whole blend. I quite like that, a Monkey Shoulder. But what a weird name, like what? Is that monkey on your shoulder? Is that the idea?
Don't know. I
remember when, in fact, was it the night we launched the Kilted coaches, like way back in 2016? we were at a famous pub in Perth called the Cherry Bag. It's quite old. And I remember we drank quite a lot and we were working our way along all the drinks and we got to the David Beckham
Hay Club,
and it looked, I remember just thinking it looked like an aftershave bottle.
Yeah, or an aftershock bottle.
Yeah, it wasn't that great though, was it?
Yeah, we were taking the piss that night. We were like, he's a great footballer and he's really handsome, but he knows fuck all about whiskey.
No. And that's after, like, because when you'd had how much we'd had to drink, anything would have tasted good, you know.
Yeah. We had drunk a lot that night.
I know, and then even then, where you're just like, so.
Lisa's just saying, just come back from doing the NC 500, such a beautiful area. I wish I could have spent more time there. Yeah, so everywhere around the NC 500 is just so incredible. It's quite a busy route in summer months. And our buddy's on. You want to see it?
Joey.
Hi Joey, nice to see you.
Hope you are well.
Carla Ta, and I shall now become a clan member in spite of the shoulder. See you Wednesday.
That's the ticket, Carla. That's what we like.
So Carla, yeah, so the Motivation Masterclass starts on Wednesday. It's a great way to start the whole your whole journey because you really get fired up. And then if you then decide to join the full membership, the fee that you pay for the motivation will be taken off your joining fee anyway.
Yeah.
So it's worth jumping in the Motivation Masterclass and get started early.
Susan's going to off home. I'll check back when I'm home. That's a ticket.
Mabel saying hola, and Joey's got 2 pints and a love heart.
2 pints and a love heart.
Yep.
Wait, he's drinking 2 pints. Oh no, he's just.
So if you put the emoji, then technically you should be drinking them. Otherwise, you should be posting emojis like that.
Yeah.
So I hope you're drinking those 2 pints.
Kurt's saying Screwball tastes like Frangelico. I'm really a gin drinker, but I barely drink. That aside, you guys are motivational and inspiring. Why, thank you, Kurt. Thank you. Again, we believe in health and happiness, so yes, we're enjoying a whiskey, but it's all about balance. We enjoy relaxing with it. We don't try and pretend that we're super healthy 100% of the time. We're super healthy most of the time, and then we like to then relax and enjoy the good things in life and appreciate that life is life. We're all human, and
you're more than your physical body. You are your happiness and your emotions and your energy and everything in between. So yes, whiskey is a toxin and it's not the best for your body, but it actually comes with a lot of health benefits as well. But the main thing for us is just having 1 or 2 whiskies. Suddenly we just go,
yeah,
and relax. We can just let the energy flow and let the ideas
and let
flow.
the good times roll.
John Williams, hi guys, it's Saturday morning here in wet Sydney, Australia on election day. Love your show and what you do for people.
Isn't John Williams the what do you call it? Who owns an orchestra? Who commands the orchestra? What they call the conductor of all the Star Wars music and various other big movies. John Williams did the soundtrack for Star Wars.
Really?
I will Google it to prove it because there we go.
I could have sworn it's a different name.
Williams. There we are. John, American conductor, composer, conductor, and pianist. Career spans 7 decades. He's done more than Star Wars, but that's when it jumps to. He's done E.T., Superman, the Home Alone films, Star Wars, Jaws,
Indiana Jones,
Jurassic Park. He's done Harry Potter. He's done Indiana Jones. Hold on. I would imagine so if it's George Lucas. Indiana Jones, the 5th, or he's done. Yeah. So yeah.
2023. There's another Indiana Jones film coming out.
5th one. Jesus.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be. What we got here? Gretchen's away. Lisa, sorry, no whiskey at the moment because of dodgy tummy, but I love a Talisker. Lisa, whiskey can maybe help your tongue.
No.
Don't encourage you to drink it first.
No.
Karen Schnizik. Hello from the Green Mountains of Vermont.
Vermont sounds posh, doesn't it? It's like from the Green Mountains. That's a Ken Adams story, isn't it?
Yeah. I was in the Green Mountains of Vermont.
I was chopping wood and
I seen this girl and she was crying. Jeff saying monkeypox is like smallpox apparently. So it's going around in Canada at the moment then. We've obviously not been watching the news.
That's all we need, isn't it?
That's the next pandemic, isn't it?
Sarah said, I've got a bunch of miniatures to try. I never thought I'd like it. Talisker Storm next, then Talisker 10-year-old.
Nice.
This could get messy.
Yeah.
Just drink plenty of water with it, Sarah. Get yourself, which normally we have at this time, get yourself a big tumbler of water and drink plenty of fluid with it, and you'll thank us in the morning for it. I mean, the ladies thank us in the morning anyway, but we're just saying.
Fraser's on! Fraser.
Ah!
He says, alrighty, lads. Sorry we didn't get a hangout last weekend. Any chance of we shout out for Build a Bond, of course.
Yeah, so we did an awesome podcast, the Build a Bond podcast. In fact, there's a couple of times since then that you end up having that conversation. You build your own Bond show. Who'd be your Bond, the villain, the soundtrack.
So of course, we absolutely went to town on this, and we were really creative. One of the rules for this Build a Bond podcast is there are no rules. Like rules, where we're going, we don't need rules. I'm pretty sure that was one of the quotes from you guys. And it was just cool. So we just went to town and we were really creative. You need to go and check it out. You'll get it on Spotify, you'll get it on all the major podcast providers.
In fact, Fraser, if you can pop a link in to it into the Facebook, I've written Build a Bond podcast on YouTube. If you can pop a link in,
the actual link, you can get the link straight there. It's totally worth a listen. It's just fun hearing people's sort of creative ideas around what would you do for your Bond, and then suddenly you can have these conversations with all your friends and your family, and it's quite a nice.
I tell you what, we had to convince Fraser during our podcast because our choice was a bit questionable. But then I saw Chesney Hawks on his Instagram to do with somebody else wants to come up with Chesney Hawks.
Oh really?
And I'm like, come on now. Like,
there's obviously better than that.
Well, that's what I mean. Ours was not the biggest belter of the
In
show.
fact, we should even tell her, like, if you want to know who our Bond was, who we would think of everybody on the planet, whether they're alive, dead, or even fictional, you can have anybody as your Bond. And we chose a particular character for some very good reason as well. And if you want to know who it is, then you go and listen to Build a Bond. You'll see the Kilted coaches go and make our one the most popular out of all our podcasts. That'd be awesome.
Annie says, got to go, just got a surprise invitation to dinner. Have a great evening, everyone. Oh, very nice.
Apparently there are 6 cases of monkeypox in England. Just on an additional note, Fraser, we still want to come over to Glasgow and have dinner and beers, so let's still try and plan that.
Or get Fraser to come to Perth.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we were actually talking about having a casino night, weren't we? Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So we could make this happen, Fraser.
Oh, we can't be in Perth because we don't have a casino. It has to be either Glasgow, Edinburgh, Dundee.
Fraser posted an old photo of him when he grew a beard in. I don't know when he did that. I'm going to guess it was lockdown. And I thought he looked like Edward Norton.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's put his Instagram and see what I'm talking about. But he was just kind of. It was a nice photo taken with a bit of dark and shading as well. I was like, a bit Edward Norton there. But I think you see different things in different people.
Morag Sharp says, sorry, can't join for a whiskey. Weak Bacardi and Coke, working tomorrow. Can't stop at one malt. Thinking of joining up again.
Come on, Morag, come back. Well, actually, we've got lots of extra programmes as well, Morag. So previously when you've come, you've done Everything Essentials. We've got Flex and Flow now, which is awesome. Remember, or I don't know when you were last with us, Morag, but all of our extra courses are free to members. So the Happiness Experiment, Project You, Motivation Masterclass, all of them are all part of your membership now. You don't have to pay any extras. So if you do want to come back, you have access to them all.
Get yourself signed back up, Morag.
Yeah.
Clarch is away to bed. Good night, Clarch. Amy says, happy Friday, coaches. Still at work doing charts. Nice to have you to keep me company.
Happy days. Ron says, yes, I've been following you guys for years and you keep getting better with age, like a smooth age whiskey. Thanks, Ron. Yeah, Ron, you're one of those, you were there right in the beginning, or certainly when we started doing all the lives, when we used to do late lives a lot, you were always on them.
Anita says, hello from Sweden, and Anne is, hi there, my lovely boys, wish I was sharing a whiskey with you. I'm in Corfu, waiting for the ship to sail. Happy days, Anne. You get that wee break that you needed.
Yeah. It must be on a cruise then.
Sounds like it.
Happy days, eh?
Apparently Rennie Russo was lethal weapon based.
I hope you're behaving with those sailors, Anne. Right?
And Chaz is coming to Scotland this summer.
Yay. Michael saying, got to check it out, sounds good. Yep, Build a Bond podcast, go check it out. Superior 120B, do you still use your Patreon page? We haven't added any content to the Patreon page.
There's still some amazing content there that you can sign up to.
There's a library of all the kind of behind the scenes that we used to create, all the old calendars. There's a bunch of content there you can absolutely support the channel with, yeah.
Sandra saying, I worked information technology. A bug, a real one, caused the first computer to have issues. That's why we have bugs in software. Apparently.
A bug, a real bug.
A real bug caused the first issue.
Damn, there you go. And that's why the joke, it's got another bug.
Maybe.
Because do you know how many times does like your computer do something that doesn't make sense?
The bug's almost like a virus. You get computer viruses, right?
Yeah. You know when your computer works one minute, it doesn't, and then works again, you're like, why would it do that?
I still think bug's like a universal term for anything that causes illness of some kind, right? Or
Ron saying, I remember the one that went 6 hours. We did a live episode once that went 6 hours. It actually went longer than 6 hours.
We did at least 8 hours one time.
Then he's saying, then there's the Christmas party, what a blast. So one of the Christmas parties, oh my goodness, one got out of hand. The one at your, where Stephen used to have a gym space, and we held a Christmas party there with a bunch of people in the gym space, as well as everybody online. And oh my goodness, it was one, was I drinking? No, I had the car.
Really?
Yeah, because I had the car. On that one, yeah.
Really?
I wasn't getting smashed that one, because that was one when that girl, which will not be named, was absolutely smashed, and you were doing the cereal game, and she was wearing a very short skirt, and she was very, very drunk, and ended up getting picked up by a boyfriend, which was probably the best. So.
Yeah. Julia Roberts, hope you're still enjoying making your movies. Although I don't have whiskey right now, but I do want to try Lafroig. Do you like it? Yeah, Lafroig is lovely. I actually like it sort of after a meal is nice with Lafroig.
Yeah.
Don Ross, hey ho from Canada. Singleton's 12-year from Dufftown, Banffshire.
From Dufftown. That just reminds me of, remember Simpsons, you get Duff beer. And do you ever see the episode when he went to Fudd? Or was it Fudd? No. He ended up getting Fudd beer because he went to a different town.
Yeah.
What was there was the town next to Springfield, and it was called... Anybody watches Simpsons, what was the name of the town next to Springfield? And he goes to that and he gets Fudd beer. It's the town that they always play in their sports and all that kind of stuff. I forget the name. South something. Excuse me.
Kimberly saying just, Walter is a Kentucky whiskey here in the States. Don't dismiss it till you've tried it.
I think they said Kentucky barrels here. Oak X bourbon barrels. Shelbyville. Sorry, I said sorry. Yeah, Shelbyville. Thank you. See, I'm sure he goes to Shelbyville and there's Fudd beer.
And it goes back to front.
Yeah.
Lisa says life is there to be lived and savoured like a good whiskey.
Yeah.
And then more, I should say, whiskey gives the heart a little exercise, I've heard.
Right, does that. I'm excited for, so obviously he's the hippie, I'm the geek, and I love my Star Wars, but there's the Obi-Wan Kenobi series coming out soon.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
So they've actually got Hayden Christensen back in as well.
Oh, amazing. That'd be
so
cool.
Obviously Vader's looking for Obi-Wan, and I'm glad that they get... That's one thing that Disney seems to do quite well, is it gets people, they reprise the roles. Doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter if you're dead, they will CGI you back into that movie. You're in that role until it's done. So that looks really... In fact, I was watching a video on YouTube, and it was Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, and a new girl that plays an Inquisitor, and she looks quite badass. So, but I don't think it's released yet. I'm quite excited for it.
Jane Phillips is asking a really serious and important question. She says, do you take back complete doofus bombs who have undone all your awesome work? Asking for a friend. Jane, as long as you can say Jiminy Billy Bob 5 times fast while turning around in a circle.
And we were saying this earlier on, there's
anomaly.
Yeah, you've got to say anomaly 10 times since you're a former member wanting to come back. You've got to say anomaly 10 times without messing up. Anomaly. And even now, I'm bugging up after 4.
Yes, absolutely. We understand that people's situations change from time to time. People do leave for various reasons, but you're always welcome back with open arms and a big kiss.
You'll probably quite like the changes as well, Jane, to be honest. A lot more programs available, slightly different setup. One of the biggest things that we have to hold our hands up was communication. Because we would say something on a live to our members and just assume that everybody had seen it, and we're like, because it's not like us, and then we've got Sharna that manages our membership for us. So there's 3 of us managing the business. So sometimes we just assume people know things, and members would just feel a bit lost. Like they'd be like, oh, what's this new program? And we're like, what? You weren't there. You didn't
Talk
hear
about it
about
on Wednesday. Like, did you not see that one?
Yeah, so we improved communication. So now there's emails that go out every week. There's a monthly check-in thing to give everybody an update. There's messages through the app now as well. Communication's just vastly improved. We've got better access. So.
And we've got a fantastic program coming up, Flex and Flow, which is available to all members for free. 12-week program. It's going to be awesome. Full program, advanced nutrition, or not say advanced nutrition, but additional nutrition after the essential stuff. There's going to be meditation, breath work, some really good sort of mindset lessons to go on.
Different workouts as well, which is good. Rock Shot's on. Get your rock shot, get your rock shot. Rock Shot's another one that's been with us in the lives for a long time.
Joe Armand's on, says I remember some long live shows, some great laughs.
Yeah, Joe's another one. Yeah,
you've been
Joe
here a
Armand.
long time, Joe.
Because there used to be quite a few Joes on at that time. There was always Joe Armand.
That's right, Joe.
Joe's got the Robbie Burns image, isn't he?
Yeah. Good night, friends, says Chelsea, and Pammy Sue is on.
Pammy Sue, how are you?
Oh, I'm down at the bottom of the commentos. Brazil Samba. Muchos cariños, amigos, belos, todo el from Chile.
We had we made a video about this once, reading YouTube comments, because we got a bunch of I guess Brazilian Portuguese ones.
Lindos gatos.
Lindos gatos,
They're
like cool cats.
They're beautiful cats.
Beautiful cats.
Yeah.
Like,
what?
Yeah.
We call it a bunch of pussies.
Well, back then I don't think YouTube had a translate button.
No.
It does now, so you can click. Well, in fact, that's Facebook actually. Yeah, but that was back when we only used to YouTube. Obviously now we double fist it.
Apparently, Facebook feed is better than YouTube. It's pretty much exactly the same thing, but it's just
I'll refresh it.
Streaming differently. Just refresh your computer.
No, that's what I just refreshed. Yeah, okay. It's still looking a bit fuzzy.
What kind of whiskey Jose Roque is asking? We're drinking Jura tonight.
This is a Jura?
Jura Journey. And Pammy says, after doing Project You and the Happiness Experiment, people at work notice a change in me. Because of that, I just got a promotion.
Oh,
Pammy Sue. So Project You and Happiness Experiment are the two sort of more life coaching programs that we run. So our main thing is weight loss, of course, helping people sort of reclaim their health and happiness, but life coaching is absolutely a big part of that. So we used to run these programs as a sort of an additional program that you can buy into or not for all, whether you're a member or not. But we made the decision to actually honour more of our regular members. So now our members get those programs for free. They'll be coming this year.
As and when you need them as well. Now, when we do launch those programs, there's usually live sessions that go along with it. But even afterwards, if that person wanted to run the Happiness or Project You by themselves a month later, they just request it again. They'll have everything minus the lives. Well, they'll have the lives, they just won't be live.
They just won't be live, yeah. Still have the sessions though. If you're not a member, you can still buy into those programs if you're thinking, I don't need to lose weight, but I'd love to do Project You or the Happiness Experiment, and then you can absolutely request that, but when we launch them, because they're not available yet.
Jen is agreeing with Sarah, because Sarah says really looking forward to Flex and Flow, and she said it sounds really good, we'll all be flexing and flowing. Then Rockshot said, I don't see the Spanish comment, but Steve was doing a good job reading it. Yeah, that was on Facebook, so we've got two computers, one's Facebook, one's YouTube, so.
Karen Schnizik says, I've been enjoying your videos and chats for 4 years now.
Yay, Karen, happy days.
Thank you for following us. And Ron Grasson, do you still do the gun show?
We do when we're not wearing jumpers, but we still try anyway.
It's not quite the same, is it? Not quite the same.
Do you remember? We've done some daft things over here. We've mentioned this a few times. We used to have a world map behind us, so we pinned things on it. And then there was one live. How did we end up? Was that a charity line? We ended up butt naked or something? Do you remember?
Behind the
we had the jump boxes, and then what happened was we ended up like butt naked behind the jump boxes. We're like, I'll have a bit of laugh at the camera. You couldn't really see.
And then somebody gave a donation. You take like an item of clothing off. The donations just kept going up. And we're like, shit, we're gonna have to do this now. So we took the kilts off.
But then it came to turn the camera off. We're like, uh oh.
How do we do this?
Like, oh shit.
Yeah. We don't do that anymore.
No. We used to do some really daft things, didn't we?
We did.
We had fun though. I think that's the key, wasn't it? You've got to enjoy, you've got to love what you do. That's the most important thing. And that's what we're trying to do with these lives as well, these Friday evenings. If we keep it to a Friday, is that hopefully you've worked hard all week. You've been getting up, getting your cardio done, or whatever you're doing, walking, getting your exercise done, eating well, getting all your water in. And then it hits a Friday, you can all chill out and celebrate the week that was, relax over the weekend, and get stuck back in the following week. That's the kind of the gist of it, I feel like.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Even if you're in Australia and it's Saturday morning right now, you're still allowed to have a wee drink.
Yeah, what's roughly 9 hours between us and Australia at the moment?
Well, it depends on which side of Australia,
that's
right?
true, yeah, gee whiz, yeah, massive. Well, the Rockshot saying, Kurt, my neighbour loves that peanut butter whiskey, never heard of it. Peanut butter whiskey?
No, I can't even imagine it.
No. You start getting it.
I think it'd probably ruin both. Like, I love peanut butter and I love whiskey. Like, I wouldn't want to
You start getting into the realms of like what you're trying to make, but you never know. We
Like
shouldn't mock it till we've tried it.
It's like that scene from Avengers Endgame where you got the Professor Hulk and what's her name?
She says, I think I like you either of the other ways.
Yeah. What's her name? Valkyrie,
yeah.
I think I preferred you either ways. You're like, yeah, definitely. It's like peanut butter and whiskey, love them both. Don't put them together.
Thanasa says, where do you find motivation to exercise? Is it vanity, professional reasons? I always stop after 3 to 4 mo's. Are you thinking months or minutes? Greetings from Brussels. It's about making your exercise, health and well-being a way of life. And it's like, you know, we use the analogy of you brush your teeth because you like the benefits of clean, fresh breath, white teeth, healthy teeth, and it also prevents problems further down the line of gum disease or sore teeth. So you brush your teeth without thinking because you know the consequences if you don't. It's the same with washing. You wash because you like to feel clean. If you don't wash, you start to smell, and you can actually get problems if you don't wash. So when it comes to exercising, it's about making it a way of life. You just do it because you appreciate the benefits, and you also you want to avoid any potential adverse effects of not exercising.
We are physical beings by nature, and we should be moving our joints in all angles. And modern life takes us out of that. You know, even look at the way we're sitting right now. It's very unnatural to sit down. In general, never mind for the length of time that we naturally sit down now, and because of the life that we've created for ourselves with work, with cars, with chairs, we're just lethargic, and everything in modern life brings us, or it appeals to our laziness, our inherent laziness, which all species have, all trying to save energy all the time. So exercises should just be a way of life, just a way of creating more health and happiness in your life, because you know there's so many studies out there that will show this, but it doesn't matter what the studies show. It really matters. All that matters is your own experience, that show that when you're exercising, you'll naturally be happier. You'll be more pleasant to people, you'll be more understanding. You'll just be a more upgraded version of yourself when you're moving more.
Yeah. Sarah says, last live you were saying about a retreat. Has there been any more thought on that?
Yeah.
We actually have had a few. We've got different concepts of it.
We're actually going to launch it first and foremost as a bespoke coaching package.
Yeah, kind of like a couples retreat. So a bespoke. It's a 2-day coaching course that couples could buy into. Husband and husband, husband and wife, wife and wife, or two friends.
Or just friends.
Just friends.
Just
look at that. It's like
friends.
you two love buds. We're just friends.
So yeah, but something that we're actually quite excited to offer. It's going to be a 2-day experience generally, but because it is bespoke, we can adjust the circumstances slightly if it's been called for. There's going to be, so basically because it's bespoke, it will be tailored to the people that come along. It's going to include everything from training packages, nutrition coaching, individualised of course.
You get both of us.
Meditation, breath work, hiking, Scotland, whiskey, hot tubs. It's going to be awesome.
It won't be an anomaly, as Michael put it. Not an anomaly. No.
Pammy Sue saying, I'm happier than I have ever been in my life. Thanks to finding you guys and Sarah. You're all the best.
Awesome, Pammy Sue.
You're the best.
You're the best around. And no one's ever gonna beat you now. Or no one's ever,
nothing's ever gonna keep you down.
You're the best around. And no one's ever going to beat you now as well as one of the things. What a movie, Karate Kid.
Bob Newens says, enjoy you guys very much. I'm from Canada, was in Glasgow a few weeks back. Wish I had been there when you guys were there. Thanks for all the great tips.
Happy days, Bob.
When were we in Glasgow?
I don't know.
It's been a while since we were in Glasgow. Exercise mindsets and keeping healthy should be fun, whenever it's daft stunts or just a giggle.
Oh.
Yeah. It should always be. Life should be fun, but never be scared of being uncomfortable either, because it's the nature of what we do. Is you're looking for progress. You've got to make friends with being uncomfortable.
Yeah. I'll grow my beard in. I'm going to grow my beard and thingy, but man, my beard must be heavy because I weighed myself. I was 220 this evening. Now, granted, I'd eaten my dinner at the time. 220 pounds. I'm only 210. That's 10 pounds of beard.
Blame his beard.
I do my belly, my power belly. Man. I was like, oh, Christ.
It's maybe the weight of your ego.
I'm fucking 240. If that was the case, I tell you, Jesus. But I stepped on the scale, and actually, I've got my beard brushed out. I was brushing it. I stepped on the scales. I was like, these scales have got to be wrong. I had my kilt on too. That adds about 100 pounds, right? It's like, yep, gotta get the cardio going again, eh?
Randy Borchett. I'm coming to Scotland in a couple of months and want to buy a proper kilt. Any recommendations on best place to purchase it? If it's going to be a proper kilt, you would need to order in advance. So these things you can't really just get off the shelf. They're all bespoke. Tailored, should I say, not bespoke, but they're all tailored. Chances are you might be lucky if you've got a big kilt store. You might be able to get one off the hanger that they can then just adjust for you. But because they take the length of your thighs and your waist measurement, it's going to be slightly off. So I would advise phoning ahead of time.
That's good England.
Phoning ahead of time, and they'll ask for your measurements around these areas and give them measurements. Get it all made up. You can pick it up when you're here. In terms of recommendations, it depends on where you're going to go. Scotland's a relatively big place. If you go to Edinburgh, there's loads of kilt shops in Edinburgh, Glasgow, Perth, Dundee, Aberdeen, Inverness. There's going to be kilt shops anywhere you go.
Yeah, happy days. Get yourself kilted.
Get yourself kilted. Ron Grant, strength training is so important as we age. I'm 70 and in the gym 3 times per week. My classmates are so jealous.
Oof. Happy days. So you said your classmates, Ron, are you studying at the moment as well? I'm expecting you to reply, but
or is it
people in the gym at the time?
The classes at the gym, because maybe they only go once per week or twice per week.
Yeah.
Or they're just jealous of their guns. Is that what they're jealous of? Rather than other things, it's like Ron Grant, biceps at 70.
Happy days, eh? But you know, if you take care of yourself, like I've got a few clients now that are in their 60s, but I don't think of them in their 60s, I think of them in their 40s. So, because if you take care of yourself, eat well and keep training, 60 is 40s and 60s and you 40, if that makes sense. Or, everybody's different as well. So most people sort of blossom at different ages, right? That's so true so far. Very true. But when I was younger, people that were 60 acted like they were 100. Like it was all, everything was gentle. Oh, at my age, I'm retiring. It was a mindset, and they tended not to do, or at that time. So you're talking when I was young, less than 10. That'd be in the 90s. Somebody was 60 then. They would have been born in the 30s. So different time, right?
Yeah, it really is. I suppose we're just getting old, right?
Susan said, I like that 60s is the new 40s. There you are, Susan.
Absolutely. And Ron's saying, high school, the ones that are still alive. Brutal.
Yeah.
Just jealous of your fitness. But then if you go to the gym 3 times per week, then you're willing to get uncomfortable, you're willing to put the work in, so you deserve those biceps.
It means you were born in the 60s, Ron. That's awesome. Not right, isn't it? No, it's 50s. You're born in the 50s. You live live through the 60s, you sly devil. Sarah says, found out we belong to McDonald clans while doing our family history, so hoping to get free burgers at some point soon. And I'm just kidding. Found out we belong to McDonald clan while doing our family history, so hoping to get my hubby his kilt at some point soon.
Nice.
Yeah. It's McDonald's at Glencoe, isn't it?
Yes. Hi Rab, hi Steve. I finally made it here after picking up my car. Hi Pat. And
See, that's the benefit of our membership, the strength.
Strength to pick up a car. And Claire Niblets is on. Age is just a number.
Your nibbleness.
And she's got a gun shop.
She actually sent pictures of, she was near St Andrews, she told me where it was. I remember I showed you images of those kind of like, it kind of looked like Maspy Den, but it wasn't Maspy Den. She told me
a bit like the Kilt Rock sort of rockage. Rockage? The rockage.
All about the rockage, there we are.
Pammy, happy to catch you alive, but got to go. Youngest grandson coming to spend the night with Grammy Pammy. He's already 9 months old, and the twins will be a year old in 2 weeks. You remember when they were born? Yeah, absolutely. Time flies.
Susan said, I remember as a new nurse and having elderly patients in their 50s. Lol, at age 21, that was very old to me. You know, it's different now, isn't it? Like, I think people are taking better care of their health and exercising more, so that somebody can be in their 60s and 70s and do things that the previous 40-year-olds would have struggled with.
Yeah. We've obviously been PTing for a long time, and you have all sorts of different clients coming in, anywhere from even their 20s and they look like they're in their 40s, and people in their 30s and they look like they're in their 50s, and you get people in their 50s and 60s who look like they're in their 40s. It really is, age is literally just a number. It depends on how you treat your body.
I think it's always a shocker, really, though, when you see somebody and you find out that they're older than they look, you're like, wow, but then you're always like, yeah, good for them. But I think it's a shock the other way, when you think someone's in their 30s or 40s, and then you find out they're like a lot older than you thought they were, and it's not because...
Or the other way around, when you see somebody and you go, oh, you think... Remember, you think they look good for their age, but then you realise you realise they're a lot younger than what you thought.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I buggered that up.
No.
Yeah, you thought they were looking good for the. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Michael said, "This is killer stand-up material, natural and funny." Happy days.
Ron said he saw Jimi Hendrix in concert. Being old has its benefits.
Oh Christ!
Who do you think will be the legends that are alive, like making music right now? Like Ed Sheeran, probably.
I mean, the problem we have is like the 90s is to now what the 60s were to the 90s. So when we grew up in the 90s, my mum would be listening to 60s music like, whereas now, when I put any 90s tunes on, like we did in the car the other day, if my girls were in the car, they'd be like, Dad, that's music's old. You know, they could absolutely call me out on that because it's the same time difference.
What I love is when my boys absolutely love Guardians of the Galaxy, and therefore they love 80s music. Yes. It's great.
I wonder who would be. So Ed Sheeran would be definitely one of them. Who else is big names?
Taylor Swift potentially.
Yeah, I mean, are we talking about people that are big now that will be...
Yeah, like legends. Like obviously, I'm not comparing these people to Jimi Hendrix. I'm not. I'm just not. But like you had like Jimi Hendrix, you've got the Beatles, you've got the Rolling Stones, you've got like Nirvana, you know, all the big Oasis. You've got these big bands, or people like Madonna, for example, is another one.
But they're the previous generation.
But they're the previous generation. Who's currently making music right now? Who's fresh? Who's going to be those big legends that people, when it comes to like 2040, they'll look back and go, oh man, I remember seeing Ed Sheeran in concert. You know, and be like, wow, really? It's amazing.
Yeah, because like Ed Sheeran, he's quite unique, and he's quite, when I say musically talented, I mean he's a
superstar.
Yeah, he's not just vocals, he can actually play instruments. I mean, is there any other...
And he writes all his own songs,
he's original. I think Taylor Swift writes, I think he does. Well, that's interesting, yeah, I wonder.
Don't know who else, like Eminem potentially, but I don't know if he's still making music.
No, he's maybe producing it now. A lot of these guys produce stuff behind the scenes once they've had their fame, haven't they?
Who would be your shout? Who's the biggest legends who are currently making music? When 2040, when you look back and go, I've seen them in concert and they're still like, they're so huge.
Chill Brother 82 said, hey fellas, quick question, is pre-workout really necessary before going to the gym?
No.
The answer is no, it's not necessary. The reason that people have pre-workouts is to get themselves fired up and get that extra boost of energy before they go and do what they're doing. Now, I always tell the story about how years ago when I went to the gym, I always used to buy this black currant Lucozade from the machine. I'd get down to the gym, put my money in, get the bottle, drink it as I was training, and in between sets I used to take a slurp and I was like, oh yeah, good. And there was one day I went down and it wasn't there, the machine hadn't been stocked up, and I was like, oh man, I'll have to drink water, like poor me. And I didn't feel as strong. I was like, what the anyway. Cut a long story short, I realised I was depending on that Lucozade to do my workout, and then when I thought, right, I'm not going to do that again, I'm just going to take water, and then all my lifts just gradually improved anyway. I didn't have anything to rely on because I always had water, there was no issue there. Pre-workouts, when you're relying on that extra little boost, like we did it once, and don't get me wrong, during the session we got a bit buzzing, but the come down afterwards from the high caffeine, and it just wasn't worth it, was it?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So
no, the simple answer is no. I would normally just have a coffee, if anything, before a workout. It gives you enough caffeine just to make you feel a little bit more sort of fired up, but more often than not, it's just water.
Susan's suggesting Adele.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, Adele.
I can't remember which comedian said it, but the comedian was feeling sorry for Adele's man because all her best hits are about someone else. It's like, this other guy must have like a massive dong or something because she's sung like 2 albums for him.
Pat says, my biceps are awesome from being a member.
Yeah, Pat.
Love it.
Picking up cars as well.
And Kelso or Chelsea says, Rabbit's funny. And Randy says, I saw Elvis in 1972. Yeah, so Elvis is there, another one, right?
Did he leave the building?
Karen has to go. Have a wonderful time. Marie, thanks for doing another live at this time. Really appreciate it. How can I minimise the effects of delayed onset muscle soreness after exercises?
DOMS, to anybody that may have heard the name DOMS but didn't realise what it was.
So basically, post-exercise muscle soreness is what we're looking at here. How can you minimise, you said? So first and foremost, make sure you've got a good warm-up. When you finish your session, make sure you get a good stretch, active recovery, bit of a cool down, have a bath with some Epsom salts, get the magnesium back in, make sure you've got plenty of water coming back in, make sure you've got the protein coming back in again. Stretch, foam roll. Have I said anything?
I think you got it all in there, buddy.
If
I challenge you to say that all again.
We're going to make sure that you've got a good warm-up, make sure you've got a good cool down and stretch, active recovery, get a good walk in, get a bath with Epsom salts in, get all the magnesium back in, make sure that you are foam rolling.
Oh, you got them all, yeah, I was waiting for the foam roller, well done. Susan was also at Elvis in 72, so we had 2 of them. Who was it? Susan and who else was it? The same concert, probably?
Randy.
Was Susan with Randy in 72?
Were you feeling Randy?
That's Stephen Rabb, not Elvis. Well, that's because Sarah was saying we are the best, kicked my arse at the point where I was going to give up. But somebody else mentioned Elvis, so the timing of those messages.
Jane Phillips saying, glad I got this live workout gear on, water bottle filled up, jumping on the exercise bike. Never felt as good as when I was in the clan and following the plan, coming back. Jane, glad to hear it. Doors are opening a week on Monday. But get yourself on the pre-sale list, get yourself in.
Get yourself a Motivation Masterclass, because Jane, it's £27 for the Motivation Masterclass, right? And that comes off your joining fee, and it'll get you fired up. You'll get the pep talk. Pep talk is your download you'll get with the 4-day course that you can keep forever. And it is motivational as beep. In fact, we've got a couple of members on the stream right now. Can you all just remind Jane, or tell Jane how awesome the pep talk is?
How motivated were you after listening to the pep talk?
I was so motivated after listening to pep talk that I sat on my TV to watch the sofa. That's how fired up I was.
And it's a skinny ass TV.
Yeah, I sat on the TV and watched
it. So £220 Rab could sit on a skinny TV.
My beard wasn't as long then, to be fair. So it was more like my usual 210.
Ron saying, I love the movie yesterday, shows how the Beatles music is timeless. Ed was impressed. Yeah, I was chatting about this the other day to a few friends who absolutely love music, they've never even heard of the movie Yesterday. It's great. Have you seen it?
I haven't, but you know, it just saddens me that it happened to the Beatles, it happened to Queen, it happens to most bands that their star player goes off on their own for starter, but also kind of goes off a bit strange. It's like it.
I like a bit strange.
I mean, at least Freddie Mercury came back and realised his power was with this guy. But John Lennon, he kind of just detached himself a bit. And there's other bands that's happened to. I mean, what's his face has gone off on his own as well. It's a shame when it happens. I mean, I understand why it happens, but it's a shame at the same time because when as a collective, as a group, as a band, they love their stuff.
But the difference, like Freddie Mercury, he was like the main star. He wanted to go off and do his own thing, whereas the Beatles kind of just went in their separate ways, and they all then started their own thing. Because they weren't necessarily, again, it was John and Paul that were like the sort of the main sort of front singers who both went off and did their own thing, right? But yeah, you're right. It's like when you
just
got,
sad when
it's like Oasis as well. When they're both like, it's not like one of them went off and I'm going to do my own thing because I'm better than you all, which was what Freddie Mercury pretty much did. Right? He was like, I'm doing my own thing for a while.
Yeah.
Whereas Oasis, the brothers who just like went separate. It's like you're the singer songwriter. You're like an amazing singer. That's why you work.
And as much as when you talk about Oasis, they couldn't get on, but it's like the fans just wanted them so badly. It's like, just make up for the sake of us because we love your stuff. Michael saying pep talk is awesome. Susan, pep talk is awesome. Everybody's loving the pep talk. Michael saying like one hit wonders, they drift off into obscurity.
So you get some really nice songs that one hit wonders, and then bands that come in for like one album only, really kind of live it, and then just sink into nothingness. And that's totally fine too. Everybody's got their place, but it's nice to see that sort of those little legends just sort of peeking out of the crowd, if you like.
I suppose in the music industry it must suck to be a one-hit wonder. It must be a real thing. Like it's like I love combat sports, mixed martial arts, and the champions like love to win the belt, but they don't feel like a champion until they've defended it. So like a one-hit wonder. So if you get a one hit, you're like, yeah, I'm in the charts, I'm top of the charts. It must be a real pressure. Like I've got to get up there. I've got to do it twice, otherwise I'll be forgotten.
Pat saying apparently, she's like, my boyfriend is 14 years younger than me. He's in his 40s, I'm in my 50s. He thought I looked like I was in my early 40s. Pat.
Good for you, Pat.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Good for you.
Aye.
You're only as old as the man you feel.
Oof.
Lot of auto-tune music now. A lot of music from the 70s and 80s. Yeah, there is a lot of auto-tune. You can hear it in the songs. It's not amazing. Yeah, Kevin Murphy's on. Have you heard of Oz singer Guy Sebastian? Battle Scars, Gold, not one more thing. Never heard of him, no.
Rockshot says, does the magnesium make a difference? My mother claimed it cured everything, never tried it. Yeah, for recovery, it's good for energy balance, muscle soreness, definitely.
Magnesium is one of those minerals that is used on a daily basis. Your levels can be depleted very quickly, but as quickly as it's depleted, you can take them back in easily enough as well, as long as you've got lots of green leafy vegetables in there. But having magnesium salts, as in Epsom salts, in your bath is the quickest way to top your levels up to 100%, like within 1 day, within 1 hour.
Sarah's saying, I just noticed you two are like Ant and Dec, always on the same side. Yeah, I'm always on Stephen's left. Now, Facebook, we're always, unless we flip it, it's that's why, look, Facebook, you'll notice Jura is a rouge. A rouge! So we're always on the same sides unless Facebook's flipped us. So, yeah.
Oh, the deal was like an L backwards, right? So it'll be a roll.
A roll?
A roll. Eileen says, so impressed I've been able to catch you online twice now. I love listening to you all because I learned so much.
Come on, Eileen. Come on, Eileen. She probably gets that all the time.
The pep talk is awesome, says Pat.
There we are. Gene will be along with this pep talk.
Ron, magnesium glycinate, taking a couple of hours before bed calms the muscles and helps with sleep, especially after a workout. Yeah, magnesium is one of those minerals that really does. It's great for helping you sleep.
Can be good for migraines as well. There's a says it's magnesium. The one begins with C. Is it citrate? Is it or whichever one. There's one of them that's good for migraines. So.
What are the most effective arm exercises for women? Is asking Marie. It depends on what form, Marie. If you can maybe follow that up for it with a specific purpose, like arm exercises for like getting big biceps, or toning the bingo wings perhaps, or just becoming stronger in general for opening doors and shit. I don't know what you do with your arms. Clearly what all women do, right, is open doors.
Rockshot saying citrate. Yeah, I think it's magnesium citrate. It's good for migraines. But do a quick Google search on that, Rockshot, because off the top of my head, I think that's what it is. There's one that's very good for migraines if you experience and suffer from them, and the other one will obviously not really do much for the migraine side of things. Don't know why you use the word obviously. Obviously, literally. Terry Watkins is cruising from a bruising from our wives. Just get over it and just do each other, guys, please. I pay too much. Do you know what? One day we need to get the wives down and they can just go at them. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, just have like out in the corner for it initially until somebody comes up with an inappropriate comment.
Like,
right, we're out, tag.
Yeah. We've been mates since we were like, I was 12.
I was 13.
A lot of years. We're good buddies. We've got our own egos, but not with each other, and that's where you get the friendship. Really, you're not.
We're not in competition with each other.
No, because I always win anyway. So.
See when there's a competition to measure our egos. Right.
The competition for the most bullshit. I also win as well. But yeah, that's what sometimes people mistake, is that it's the friendship, that's it. So people see what they want to see, which is fair enough, but we're just correcting it. Yeah.
Magnesium good for leg cramps. Yep.
Well, Susan said magnesium citrate is a laxative.
And Eileen has heard that song a few times.
Actually, what a shame. Magnesium for magnesium. Hold on. Which one is it? Yeah, it is magnesium for migraines, but which one is it? Hold on, magnesium, look at the right one. Which magnesium is best for migraines? Oh, it's magnesium oxide. Yeah. Oops. Shit. Literally shit.
Apparently citrates are the laxative.
So it's Terry, gunshot for Terry, good lad. He says, Stephen, your butt and thick tree trunk legs are too much for us to handle. And Rob, you're just so handsome. Guys, I always say off the wall comments. Haha. So he's on a bit of banner, fair play.
Fair enough.
Where does that term come from, off the wall? Actually, speaking of off the wall, right? And this is at his expense, unfortunately. We were in Edinburgh, right? And we'd had a TV meeting of all things. And he went away to the toilet, and in the toilet they had this wallpaper, and it was just bullshit news.
I was like, where's he going at my expense?
In Stephen's defence, we were quite a few pints down.
We were several Guinnesses in.
And he comes out, he's like, oh mate, you'll never believe, guess what? I was like, what? He says, well, you know that song by Meatloaf, I'd do anything for love, but I wouldn't do that. I was like, yeah. He's like, he meant it would get rammed up the bum with a dildo. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, it makes perfect sense. So we spent the next 5 to 7 minutes discussing, like, yeah, I can't believe it. And then
the thing is, again, in my defence, there was a bunch of stories. That was the most believable one, right? It's believable. But then you went to the toilet and you were like, that's made up wallpaper. We're talking about like North Korea as well, weren't they? Talking about.
Well, that's the thing. So then, when I went to the toilet, it was, I was obviously peeing. I was like, trying to handle the large equipment. And I'm looking around, it was North Korea land the first person on the sun. And then it says, Facebook responds to fake news, stop being so gullible. And there was like, there was a bunch of other bullshit stories. I was like, Stephen.
But out of all the fake stories, they were all all outrageous, apart from this one. We're like, well, why would he not speak apprehensive about getting a big, massive dildo?
Yeah. So that's off the wall. So there you are, Terry, you're reading the wallpaper. There you are.
And Marie is just saying, sorry for not being clear enough, arm exercises for toning. So we're just talking about sort of general tone. Best arm exercises are going to be your sort of compound exercises. You can get a little bit of toning, biceps and triceps if you want to do, bicep curls or some sort of tricep extension. But generally speaking, compound movements, so any sort of rowing movement would be good. Press ups, even just actually hanging. This is actually for all of you. Hanging from a bar is one of the best exercises you can do for grip strength, which is a big sign of your overall health. But then shoulder stability, core strength, and actually building up some tone in your arms, because obviously you're sort of tensing up. But yeah, any sort of compound movement, so rows, pull downs, pushes, press ups, bench press, will all tone all the muscles around, and use free weights as much as possible.
So apparently Rab is the one on the right, he has the big thighs, Stephen has the good hair. Terry did actually know who was who, but it's whether it's your right or my right, but yeah, they know me. People know you, Terry. You've got, what's it I said, you've got many leather bound books.
Yeah, I recognise the name Terry Watkins.
Yeah,
It's not like a famous name though as well.
No, but Terry has, to be fair, followed us for
Yeah.
almost as long as Ron Grant. So what I've just said there is Terry is almost as long as Ron Grant. Who's there was a Terry something that was a football coach, wasn't it? Was he not England? No, that's Terry Venables.
Yeah.
Nowhere near Watkins, never mind. Yeah, so magnesium citrate is a laxative, man. I really got that one wrong.
Don't take that before bed.
Yeah, magnesium oxide for headaches, magnesium glycinate for muscle nerve pain.
I've got a really bad man. Take this. I've got so red. I've got so red.
Do you remember there was the sugar-free pole mints used to have a laxative effect?
That's right, yeah, eat too much. And chewing gum as well. It's the sweeteners.
What was it?
Sweetener is the laxative. Eat enough or chew enough chewing gum and you'll go shit yourself.
Yeah. You ever seen the videos on how to make chewing gum? Oh, it's these giant machines and all the gum. Oh, that's cool. It's pretty fucking educational.
I bet.
So educational, I can't really remember. I just remember being amazed just seeing the gum.
That's TV in general, isn't it? It's like you're just amazed. It's like, it just brings out your emotion. You're like, oh my god, that's amazing. What was the movie about? I don't know, but it was awesome.
It was awesome. And Rockshot said, I'll take one of each. I don't know if you meant the magnesium or the... I'm not sure if it's all about it. No. Take your rock shot, take your rock shot. Yeah. Oh, and I want to give a shout out. So, one thing we always forget to do is if you are watching on YouTube, and even if you watch on Facebook, please go on to YouTube and like the video and hit the notification bell just so that we get fire the channel back up. And on Facebook, if you can like and comment on posts and share the shit out of them.
Please share us on your timeline. If you're on Facebook right now, please share us on your timeline and have a bit of have a chat. You know, obviously if you're having a chat right now, just share and share the love. Because we do a bunch of videos, we do a bunch of stuff for social media for free always, and we always will. And it's nice to get things fired back up again.
Like I say, we do have more videos in the pipeline coming out soon. So what we've started doing is we're getting the love back for making content, and we're just taking our time with it. For a while there, we were just trying to pump out content, and it was just kind of like we're forcing it, and then sometimes a great idea wasn't done as well as it could have done. Because now we're just having fun with it. So hopefully it will reflect in the videos that we're then going to produce.
Yeah.
So we will have more content coming, but it's important that when it's there.
How many people are watching on YouTube right now?
12 at the moment. We've had up to 20 on at one point. So
how many likes you got? 33.
33. Yeah. So people have been coming and liking it and fucking off again. So if everyone on Facebook can nip across.
Yeah. Go to YouTube. Like, comment, share.
Rockshot says only a mother could like you guys. There must be a compliment in there somewhere, but
only a mother could like you guys.
Or maybe.
It's a bit of an insult, really.
I've got my confidence that Rockshot meant it as a compliment, but buggered it up somewhere.
You've got a face only a mother could love.
Yeah. Now he's laughing, so there's obviously something. Get your rock shot. Oh.
I linked on both because you guys rock. Thanks, Ron and Randy. I'm glad to see you having a whiskey I get younger bros telling me I negate my work at the gym. Oh, for drinking whiskey. Yeah, well, everyone has their sort of mindset, and depending on how serious you want to take your training. If you're going to be a world-class athlete or a bodybuilder or some kind, then yeah, absolutely, having a wee drink is going to be detrimental to your progress, and you're not going to beat the next guy who's not having alcohol. But my question is, do you want to be a world-class athlete or a bodybuilder? If the answer is yes, then don't drink whiskey. If the answer is no, then cheers.
I'm trying to make how did my Mac die before yours? Yours was less charged than mine, and you're charging your phone.
I don't charge my phone yet, so.
Oh, I know why, because I was fucking unminding in the background. I know why. Oops. That'll drain the battery.
Veronica, do the bracelets you're wearing have any meaning behind them? Yes, they do, Veronica. This one means absolutely hee-haw. This one is one from my wife. It's got my initials on it, engraved, and on the back it's got a wee message that my wife got from me with my family's initials. This one was from a retreat that we'll be spoken about. And this one is I actually made this one myself, and I put these charms on it. One's obviously a wee Buddha, it's got a yin yang, and it's got a dice, and they've got meanings behind it. So the Buddha means never sweat the small stuff, lesson in life. The yin yang means the world is always in balance, take that for what you will. And the little dice is I make my own luck.
It's kind of like a Pandora bracelet, only much cheaper.
To be honest, they're not Pandora, they're truth charms.
Oh, are they?
Remember truth bracelets? Do you remember truth bracelets? That was Alex Gamecroft actually.
Was it?
Yeah, got them for free. We're trying to get me to sell their stuff in the gym.
Did they make you tell the truth, or?
Yeah, they do.
Maybe I should get them. My bullshit would just end then, right? I'm like, I feel like the movie Liar Liar when you can't lie. You'd bullshit anybody if you had to tell the truth. Oh, you could. You'd have to disguise the truth in such a manner. You're like, yeah, I took a dump on the boot of your car or the body of your car. They're like, oh, you joker, you.
Yeah.
Wait till you get to the car park.
Yeah, as long as because you could fake it, right? Because you could, as long as you're saying the truth, you could say it in a sarcastic voice, and therefore they would take it seriously.
Yeah.
Still technically telling the truth, right?
There you go. Do you take them off before bed? I do. In case you like your hair went blue or something.
Nah, just they get a bit uncomfortable now and again.
So you know how like you've heard stories of people like asphyxiating themselves when they're pleasing themselves to get that extra high. Do you let your hand go numb?
Where's this going?
When you're pleasing yourself, or like the stranger kind of thing.
Well, that's why I said that this is one from a treat that we don't want to talk about, because basically that's the one that I tighten up because it's the only elastic one on my wrist. So I can tighten that one up and then make all the veins come out and make it go numb, and then
it's a stranger. Ah. Get myself one of them then, eh?
Really do.
People have been jumping across and liking the stream because we're up to 39 likes.
Yay!
Good job, everybody.
Randy's 64. Happy days. Happy to catch you again, says Lynn. Hi, Lynn.
If you are all enjoying this time slot, I mean, this kind of works for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
We don't mind. I mean, if, like you say, with all these things, if the interaction is great, the questions are flowing, and it's great for everybody, then we can make it a regular thing. If the interaction not great, we look for a different slot or mess around a bit.
Apparently it's a much better picture on Facebook, even if you are the wrong way round.
Yeah.
It's all the small stuff.
But I refreshed it earlier.
But then you're only refreshing what you're seeing rather than
what means when I refreshed that earlier, it came back crystal clear. But now when I'm refreshing, it's still coming back blurry. It's weird. Maybe signal.
And Veronica saying, "Oh, thank you. Oh, fantastic, thank you. You're very welcome, Veronica."
Veronica, that's the name of the computer in Iron Man. Maybe sends the Hulkbuster suit. No, Veronica is the Hulkbuster suit.
Yeah, send down Veronica.
Send down Veronica, and that's the Hulkbuster suit in Avengers, isn't it?
Lynn saying, "Can't drink anymore. Miss my single malt. Enjoy." Oof. And here Rick says, "How comfortable are you if you are naked together, sauna, etc.?" We've never been naked together.
No.
If you're in a sauna, you would naturally do it in either your swim shorts or.
Yeah. Yeah, usually at least shorts on.
And Zilpha Frank. That's a cool name, Zilpha.
Zilpha.
Yes, it's sharper on Facebook, but it's also a few seconds behind YouTube. So YouTube, you're in the future.
Maybe that's why it's going blurry.
And more like says, great time slot. And we've got 200 stars from Randy.
Boom.
Cheers for the stars. Don't know what that means, but thank you for them.
Yeah. Jeez. Before my battery dies all the way.
Yeah, we'll shoot off.
So thank you again, everybody that's come along to these lives. Again, we're going to keep them going based on the interaction in the meantime. So if you ever do have any questions, anything really, health, wellness, banter, movies, whatever, save them for the live stream. Any our content you see online, please do us a huge favour, like, comment on it, and share it if you can. It's always appreciated.
We will endeavour to try and get this video out by Sunday. Please, everyone, watch it, share it, put a comment or 5 comments. Let's get this channel going again. The video is good fun. We've got blue face paint on. It's makes us laugh.
It was fun filming it. A lot of videos are fun filming, to be fair.
Right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week, I'd imagine.
Okay, everybody.
Bye bye.